What a dummy I am. Here.
And 3, 2, 1.
Blast off.
Surprise! Welcome back to Building with Bunny with Grandma Badger Bricks. Pop up! And there's my phone, just like I turn it down, and then every time the video goes live, then there it is.
I know. I think I got mine down.
And the video goes live.
Oh shit! There it is. Okay, now it's down.
So here we are on a Monday. No, it is not Sunday.
Nope.
Nope, we're just doing a quick little pop-up just to get some building time today. How you doing, Grandma?
I'm doing good. I have to take some pills, so keep talking.
Good. All right.
Well, you got nobody to talk to. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's fine. And then I was thinking about where this was supposed to go, and I got to hold these 2 parts on until I put them down. So how was bingo, Grandma?
It was fine. We had lots of people. Each pot was $10, and the end one was $12. So we had lots of people. But I didn't win none of those nice big pots.
Ooh.
That's all right. On Saturday, April 13th, we're having a bingo bash.
Ooh.
And they finally got the idea. They were always charging $10 a session. So that's $20 you got to lay out. And if you don't win, you're out the $20, right?
Yeah.
Well, now they have it that it's $5 a session. And I think that's much better for all of us. I mean, Jesus, none of us have that kind of money to throw around and lose.
Right.
So it's from 10 until noon, 2 hours. And that's, I think, 10 games. And we each kick in $5. So I think that'll, the pots will be a lot bigger and better.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe I'll win. And she was concerned. She said she got word that we do this on Sundays. And she said, that's not interfering to that thing that you do. I said, no, that's on Sundays, Jeannie. Jeannie Wolf, it lives right up here on the 3rd floor. And she said, oh, okay, good. Are you going to come then? I said, well, sure. Okay, good.
Well, and if, the bingo bash fell during a stream time, we certainly can postpone. We are not like that.
Oh, I know that.
Hello to Brett. Hello to Kim Randall.
Oh, that I'm looking at the wrong. Hi, Kim. Hi, Brett.
How y'all doing today?
Why are they doing this to me?
Who's doing what to you?
These pictures. Oh, I'm already past that. Duh.
It happens to all of us.
Wake up, Sue. I got to put the fan on. It was so stuffy in the community room. I was falling asleep, for God's sake.
Oh, my.
I know. I was yawning and yawning.
Well, Stacy and I took care of some things we had to do. And then we felt like going for a walk and getting a little bit of exercise. So we went to the mall and did 2 laps there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Of course, we also had to grab lunch because we were starving by that point.
Well, that's all right.
And yeah, so I had a productive day thus far.
Well, what have I got here? I have 5,837 steps in so far.
I have 7,541.
Yeah. But I haven't gone for my second walk yet. So that's a couple of thousand too, also.
Okay.
Because I didn't go down for mail. I figure after we get done streaming, I'll go for mail, and then I'll walk a little bit up here and then wind myself down the floors to get down and get my mail. And then I always get that extra.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. And then I'm all set. And then I can come home and get into my jammies. I stay dressed until then.
Yeah. Well, I pulled off the Band-Aid and I started the diamond art horses.
Oh, good.
And I am in love. I'm
Oh,
in
yeah.
love. So I've done 2 big squares already. I posted it on Facebook if anybody wants to see it.
Oh, good. I haven't looked. I'll look after the stream.
And I found this darling container. I thought it was vintagey, but really it was just Pioneer Woman, you know, the food lady.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
But it's a red clear acrylic box with
Mm.
like a clear pattern on it.
Okay.
And then it has like some floral decals on top. It
Yeah.
is the most darling box, and it's about this big. I think it's meant to keep like cookies or something in because it has
Okay.
a gasket on the lid.
Uh-huh.
Well, I decided to keep all of my diamond art tools and stuff in there because it brings me such joy to see it sitting on the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I did that this morning, and I worked on that for a little bit before I had to run and get Stacy, and it was just great.
Uh-oh. Here comes the little bunny tail. It's gonna go on.
Cute, cute.
Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Focus. So, Grandma, you're still working on the Jade Rabbit, correct?
Yes, I forgot a part. That's why it looks strange. Yes, I'm working on the Jade Bunny.
And I'm still doing Batman.
Oh, that's so cute. I just love that little butt with that brown ball.
There's so much bunny stuff at the mall right now because we window shopped as we
Oh, yeah.
fooled about. Oh my goodness, with Easter this weekend.
Yeah.
You get a free Easter meal.
Yes, we do. Yes, I do.
I was wondering.
That's why I haven't made ham, because I'm sure it's ham.
Yeah.
Sometimes they switch it around, but most of the time it's ham. And that's nice with potatoes and veggies and then the dessert. You know, it's always a beautiful meal.
I have 0 plans for Easter, and I'm actually probably okay with that. And if we didn't want to stream on Easter, I'm okay with that too.
Well, so am I. You know, it doesn't matter to me. You know, whatever comes around, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not particularly Eastery one way or the other. So,
Right.
well, we'll play it by ear.
That's fine. Even if it's last minute, I have the small camera and I have the big camera to do yet. So I can always do the small camera.
All right.
Now you did that, and I hope I can do it. If nothing else, maybe you can help me.
No, it's not difficult.
Okay.
I remember building both of them, and so you got the Polaroid camera too?
No, just the little one,
Oh, and then the big one, the Disney one.
the big Disney one. Yes.
Okay. I should be honest. I just poured a Mountain Dew in my cup because I was like, okay, now listen. It's 3:30. We're going to stream for about an hour. Then I'm going to have to do the dogs. Then I have to work for like maybe 30 minutes. Then The Bachelor is on tonight and it's an important episode. So I'm going to need to stay awake and, you know, I have lots of Stacy and I comment on.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Are you all right over there?
Yeah, I picked up my old iPad and I forgot it was on a stand. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
There. Okay.
Somewhere. Yep. There's a.
All right. Come on, bunnies. Move over. Okay, there we go. Now I got that. I got that. I got that. Okay.
So I just got a Mountain Dew so I can keep my eyeballs open.
I know. I do so well in the morning. I accomplished so much this morning. I had these green cardboard boxes. I had my Lego books in them, and it's just too heavy for them. So I thought, take out those crates that we bought from IKEA
Yeah.
and then it has that tray in. Well, I've got two of those. So I put all the books in one because that can handle it and put it on the shelf. Then I put all my decorations, my holiday decorations into the little green ones, got that all. I was doing that yesterday and last night. And this morning I was finishing it up. I went and got more containers for my overflow of Lego to get it in one stack, because I've got those Lego, um, not Lego, the IKEA trays, these IKEA trays, which are so nice.
Yeah.
I've got the big containers, one sits, and then I got the big containers in the bottom, and then one tray sits on top with the smaller ones, and it's all confined now. And it works out so much better. Because, this is my bedroom, and I'm trying to keep it nice and neat and orderly.
Yeah.
But, it works. We got it working. But I am so energetic in the mornings. But come afternoons, no, that's not so much.
Very nice of you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Is that how that's supposed to go? Because those chains look a lot longer.
Oh, now this.
I do not understand the point of this at all. But I don't need to. I am not Batman. Assume it's going to do something about bringing up the drawbridge. And then what's going to happen? Is he going to pop through the hole? These are all the questions I have. I have lots of questions. Somebody told me I had too many questions.
Well, tough shit.
Well,
oh, I'm sorry.
Well, so I said to Stacy today, do I ask too many questions? She's like, I don't think you ask enough questions. I was like, well, hey. Now that is just what you want your best friend to say.
Well, the whole thing is.
Oh, that's what the dealio is. These have to turn sideways. Well, see, now that looks more like the picture. All right.
If you don't ask questions, you will never know anything and learn.
Well,
that's how I look at it.
I'll give you, I could probably look stuff up versus asking questions, but
if you got a person there to ask, then ask. I have to look it up. If I have a question, I don't have the person handy to talk to and say, hey, what about this? And I'm not going to call somebody and say, what about this? Unless it's something very important. But,
I mean, I have random questions. Like you see somebody wearing something strange on the street and you're like, okay, well, do you not have a mirror? Did you choose to wear that? Do you need assistance? Can I help you?
Yeah.
Like I have those kinds of, what am I building here? Okay, I need a little bit of room.
I mean, there's sometimes you go overboard, but what the hell's the difference? Well, we all go overboard on different stuff.
The person who thinks I ask too many questions, well, F around and find out. I could not ask any questions, and I could not talk to you either. So consider yourself lucky that I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to go here. Oh, uh-oh.
What's an uh-oh?
Well, I'm trying to put two little gears together to pull up the bat cave. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I think it's, Sugarfoot.
I believe that was going to be something else.
It was. I picked up Sugarfoot from Stacy. You know me. I have a potty mouth. I'd be happy to say the other one.
Yeah.
Hello, Haley. It is not Sunday again. It is Monday.
Yep, it's Monday. Sorry, kiddo.
Here we are. A day off of work means extra stream time.
And then she rigs me into doing it too.
Oh, yeah, because you are somehow burdened by playing with toys online.
Well, I could be doing my diamond art.
Well, so could I. Okay,
my owl.
I'm hanging up. Goodbye, everyone. No. Just playing.
Yeah.
Woo, look at me. On to bag 21.
Ooh, 8 more to go.
I know. I'll be so happy when it's done, but then so not.
Well, you have lots of other things that you can be doing. You have, other kits and stuff.
I told Stacy I was streaming today, and she's like, "Oh, what are you working on?" Not that she actually cares, but these are the questions that I enjoy, because then for 10 minutes I prattled on about the shadow box that she just didn't even have a visual on, so I had to pull it up. And she's like, I had no idea you were into Batman. And I said, nor did I.
Yeah.
But I do dig it.
Yeah.
And then I showed her the other bat thing I'm going to get after.
That I think is neat. That's neater than what you're doing right now. But the two will go together so nice. I hope you always remember to say hi to Stacy from me.
I don't always, but I think it goes without saying.
Yeah.
Am I working now? Everything looks gray and black.
Now, wait a minute here. Okay. Now, how am I supposed to put this on?
I have to say, Cliffy was on last night, and he came on a little bit early, and then he was on, and are you all right?
Yeah. A part just flew.
I just really appreciate. Hold on, I gotta figure out where I am.
There we are.
That there. This
Okay.
goes here like this. Why would that go like that? Okay. I really appreciated his stream last night because it was less than pleasant here at the house, and I could just put on the stream, stick in my AirPods, and I listened to the stream and heard the guys cutting up, and it was just really, it was wonderful. So
yeah,
let that word get back to Cliffy that I really appreciated that he was on last night.
You know, and I feel bad because I don't tune in to him and other ones.
Oh, you shouldn't.
But they're in the evening, and that's my down time.
Yeah,
and even to listen, I can't watch TV then.
Yeah.
And listen at the same time. So I always feel bad because they always come on yours here to see me and stuff. So I do apologize.
We understand, Grandma.
I had so many. I still don't get Instagram. I don't understand that thing.
Okay,
somebody came on and, oh, hi, Zizu.
Zizu, why are you not teaching small children right now? Or young children?
Zizu says, all I heard was Cliff was aggressive and mean to Zizu. Zizu saying this. I'll pass it on to Cliff and agree.
Thank you, Zizu.
Oh, he's such a stinker.
And he's very clever about it.
Oh, yes, yes.
Zizu, it is most pleasant to have you in my chat, as
Yes.
is everyone else who is in my chat right now. I appreciate you and love you all very much for always
Yep.
attending and cutting up and listening,
Same here.
recording.
Well, you know, if nothing else, it sure does help to laugh. And if you can't laugh, well, then you're in problem. Just left school, heading to Walmart to check for clearance. Oh,
He's mobile.
good luck, Zizu.
He's mobile right now,
Yeah.
and he's got the priorities that he should have.
Mm-hmm.
The hell out of Dodge and head for Lego. Yep. Sounds great.
All right, now.
Oh my God, I did a fun thing when we went to the mall today. They put up a gigantic chalkboard at the mall on the one, like, there was a, what am I trying to say? Jewelry store on like the corner in the
Yeah.
mall. And so they closed the jewelry shop. And for one of the like walls that face outward, they put this big chalkboard. And then they left a bucket of chalk and like a wipe to wipe down the chalkboard and start fresh every day. So in the middle of the board, I wrote, "Choose you," with an exclamation point. Don't you think that's really valuable to the youngins who are at the mall? Choose yourself. Choose you.
I think so. That sounds pretty nice.
So I left that on the wall for all to enjoy. Spreading my positivity anywhere I can. And what better place than a chalkboard where they're asking you to put down a thought?
Yeah.
Now, I did have to write that in between like some other garbage somebody put on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
But, that's going to happen when you have youngins at the mall.
Yep. Hopefully it was halfway decent.
Well,
It wasn't, eh?
nah, not entirely.
Oh, geez, I just knocked my head off.
Oh,
Off of the, my bunny head off of the, I got to get this ball on here.
I'm sure that some security person will come by and erase the unpleasantries, but that wasn't my job to do.
No.
Mine was to leave a positive thought.
Yeah.
I think more young people, well, anyone really, but just need to focus on yourself. Stop focusing on shit that doesn't matter. Do you?
I got to get the, wait a minute. What does, wait a minute, Nate. Hey, hold it here. Get that. He can't do that. All right, something ain't right here.
Zizu, I hope you find something good at the Walmart.
Yeah.
I want to know all about it, whatever you find. I'm not going to go get it because you have to pay me to go to the Walmart.
My bunny is not working here.
Although there is a nicer Walmart in Fern Creek, I suppose I could go to if something was really unfair.
He can't wiggle around here. Wait a minute.
Actually, I do have a prescription to pick up at Walmart. I could go in if there was something that was really on clearance. Okay, Zizu, you really have to report back now.
Well, every time I go to Walmart, I go down the line, but and they got a lot of new stuff, but I got it, and I go, oh darn!
That is a problem. Although you did get VIP points by getting it at Lego too, so there is that.
I know.
Now, unless you're saving that much more by getting it on clearance or something, but
no, they're usually, well, I don't know what the prices are a lot of times, and I don't have the phone to
Look it up.
Look it up. Yeah.
Grandma's still on a flip phone.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well,
You know,
apologizing. It works for you.
it works for me, yes. And it's cheap. It's not overly expensive, and I don't need the internet with me.
Right.
You know, I've got 2 iPads.
Yep.
So,
You're very tech savvy.
yes. Okay, so we got this whole row here, but little Bunny's got, he's too big. He doesn't turn. Come on. Come on, Bunny.
Oh, it's a 3, not a 4.
All right, now stir your mess up here.
They're behind me.
There. All right, I guess that's pretty good. And the little buns are inside. Yes. Oh, they're adorable. Yes, they are. I could put this in his other hand. Yeah. What difference does it make?
The Lego police are going to be knocking on your door.
Well, he can hold the stick in his, he can hold the stick in his left hand instead of his right hand.
They're your Lego. You can do whatever you want with them.
I know. I'm trying. Just put it down in there, and then you can just, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. He's as cute as a chickens. Look it. I got him all done.
Okay, I'm putting you on the big screen.
Mhm.
There you go.
There he is.
Man.
And then he comes open. Wait a minute. Just a minute. I gotta try to get him open. There we are. And then he gets open.
Oh, look at that.
I know. And then the little buns are in there. Little guys.
It's so cute.
It is. It is very cute. Yep. He's going down with all the other bunnies.
Did you enjoy building that one, Grandma?
Yes, this was fun. This was very much fun.
Spectacular.
Now what I think I will do is sit here and chit-chat for a while, but I want to get my parts. Treat yourself. What is Haley talking about?
Sees you going to Walmart.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I got to get my trays out here so that I can put my parts away. And then I can sort my camera. But I'll do it quietly.
Sounds like a very well-oiled machine you have going on there.
Well, it's coming along. Yes, it is. It's coming along.
I like all the spinny bits on here. All these little yellow, you can't see them because, well, you know, my camera is not what it should be. And now there's little spinny wheels on the back of here that do different things, like this one here that you can't see because the light is completely jacked up.
Yeah.
Brings up this little ramp right here. And then this spinny bit changes the computer screen. I don't know what this spinny bit's going to do, but I'm very excited to find out.
Well, then you go for it, girl.
Brett said, I can't treat myself. I have a Tommy Lee to buy for. So looking for a sugar mama. Brett, we're all looking for sugar mamas at this point. I could use a sugar mama.
Yeah. I don't like what comes with the sugar mama, so I'll do it myself.
Well, there we go.
I am not going to be a caregiver to another person or whatever.
Quote unquote, whatever. And we're back to the quotes.
Well, we were going to talk about ourselves today. So
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Meet Bunny. I needed some kind of thing to put up there. So, all right, everybody who's in the chat, ask me a question. Or Grandma, ask Grandma a question. Something you want to know about us that you don't already.
Yeah, that probably isn't much. I know an awful lot.
Do it. Today is the day you get to meet us. Ask us anything.
Yep.
We will come up with an answer.
Yep. See, I had these all separated, not to get away from anything, but I had them all separated according to size. And I thought, how dumb am I? If I'm looking for a part, I'll just take this container, dump it out in one of these trays and look for it, and then dump it back into the container.
Said every AFOL ever. Until you got more parts, and then you're like, okay, now I can't find a part. So now I'll sort it by color instead of by part. And then you get too many reds in a bin, and then you're
Well, no, because I'm sorting them just by colors, not by sizes or nothing, because I don't have to look for parts. Like if I was a mock person, yeah, maybe then differently, but no, it isn't necessary.
Okay, Brett is asking why Charlie, which is a question all grown.
Oh my.
And how did we meet? So yeah.
Yeah.
We met on a dating app. I'm missing. Okay, there we go. We met on a dating app. I think it was Yahoo back in that time frame. I winked at him and he ignored me. And then I was on Plenty of Fish because I'm a girl with priorities. When I have priorities, I'm a girl with priorities. So I was then on Plenty of Fish. And lo and behold, guess who showed up on Plenty of Fish? So I read his quote unquote bio, and it was interesting because he babbled about shit that no other dude was like babbling about. And so I was like, okay, I need to get to know this guy a little more. And so we chatted a bit, and then look at me, I just put a bunch of gears together while talking. We chatted a bit, heard his voice for the first time and thought, okay, big, deep voice, this could work. A little funny thing is, when you don't know someone, you're trying to get a mental visual, right? So while I was talking to him on the phone one day, he was working on his truck. That has since been something that goes on all the time. And he said that he wore Dickies. And the only reference I had to Dickies was from the Christmas movie where Cousin Eddie wore the green Dickie turtleneck situation under the white sweater. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm talking to a guy who wears mock turtlenecks under like a sweater. But come to find out, Dickies was the brand of work brand Dickies. So we decided at some point to meet for coffee, and he showed up wearing one of those Cousin Eddie hat. Now that I'm telling this story, I'm really thinking that I'm actually married to Cousin Eddie. He showed up wearing a flappy, furry hat like Cousin Eddie wore in the movie. And I thought, well, anybody who can wear that hat out in public is probably worth a second look. And it's all been history since. Next question, please.
Here.
That said, aw. Right. There isn't much more that can be said for all of that.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Me and Mrs. B met on a dating app. Yep. I mean, that's just what, that's where else you gonna meet?
in a bar.
I
That's what,
know, and that is just a disgusting thought. I mean, for me, that's just not. That's
well,
just not.
yeah, because of the daytime. That's where I met your father.
Right, but that was more of a your generation thing, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because you didn't have dating.
Well, because I met him at the bar that I used to clean. That was the Amons.
Yeah.
And I used to clean that bar, and I still did. And that's when I met him. And then Matt was the owner, and they lived upstairs, so they knew Bob, or your dad, and they got me on the side and said he's a pretty good guy, because they always looked out for me because I did their cleaning and I knew them, and it worked out so nice. So it worked out, and I was his brown-eyed Spitfire. That's what he used to call me.
And y'all were married how long?
48 years. So that was an eternity, but he was a good guy. After his stroke, he changed, and it was hard. It was very hard.
Yeah.
But you got to take the good with the bad, especially when there's a medical issue, and you just do the best you can.
Yeah.
But he was always very gentle, very kind. I mean, we had arguments, but I never, ever felt like I was threatened or anything like that. And that meant a lot to me. So,
Okay. Seriously, where do you want me to put this? Good Lord. Okay. Oh, look, it's the door to the safe. Oh my God, how fun.
the door to the safe?
Yeah, where all of the Batman weaponry is kept.
Oh my
The
God.
slidey door for the safe.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I love this.
Well,
Come on, y'all. We need another question, please. We can't be that transparent. Are we, Grandma Badger?
I don't think so.
Nope. They have no questions to get to know us?
I think they know us after how many weeks of doing this and all of our silliness and all of our yakking. They know us pretty well, I think.
That could be. Why do I overlook that whole piece right there?
Oh.
So, Grandma, you lived in Wisconsin your whole life, yes?
Yes.
And what did you do before you became Dad's wife and my mother?
Oh boy, what the heck did I do? I worked.
What did you do for a living?
Um,
Hi, Miss Ingrid.
Hi, Miss Ingrid. Oh, I worked at Rex Chain Belt. And I I ran a duplicating machine. And fortunate for me, Rex Chain Belt was right across the street from where I had my apartment. So all I had to do was walk right across the street, Greenfield Avenue, and go into my home or go to work. And that's where I had met a bunch of gals, and they told me about this Amon's place on 20th and Winlake, and we were all going to go out one night, and I thought, yeah, that sounds good, and we had lots of fun, and the two sons ran the bar. One was younger than the other one, but they, they were very nice and whatnot, and we had a good time. And um, the father worked at Rex Chain Belt also, and he always said to us, you got to come down to my saloon. He called it his saloon. He said, my boys run the saloon and I just run them.
Right.
But he was a very kind man, and they always looked out for the ladies that came in. So that was very nice. Nobody did anything, So meeting a guy in the bar at that time, when you know the owner and the bartenders and the sons and stuff, that helped an awful lot. You're not just a strange person going into a bar.
Well, and back then they didn't have all the drugs and the drinks and all of that crazy.
Well, I'm sure that was around, but you didn't hear about it,
Yeah.
So then we started dating, and then everything was copacetic, but I always worked. I always found something to do, even
Well, you were a
after we were married. Well, that was way, way before.
Oh.
I came to Milwaukee, and I lived with my sister-in-law, Kathy, who was my brother's wife, but my brother was killed in a car accident. And so she lived with her parents. And then when I wanted to go to cosmetology school, Kathy had offered their rec room downstairs for me to live and go to school. And I would babysit the two kids for payment of that. And that's how she wanted it. She said, it's fine. You don't have to pay me until you get a job and everything else. So I went to cosmetology school on 27th in Oklahoma, and I got my license to be a beauty salon person.
Wow.
And that's why I saved us tons and tons of money, because I gave my husband haircuts. I gave Susie haircuts. And sometimes on the side, and I saved my mom too. I would go out home in Palmyra and give my mom haircuts and perms or whatever she wanted,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just an extra living. And it still helps me, because I have not gone to a beauty salon ever. I know. I went twice, and they butchered the heck out of my hair. And I said, now hold it. Somehow I can figure out a way to cut my own hair. My hands are getting bad, so I don't cut other people's hair. And it sometimes takes me a couple of weeks by nipping and chipping away at it a little by little and getting it the way I like it, But I always liked it, except being on my feet a lot. I had a great boss. I started out at Treasure Island working, and her name was Sally. And she would go around to all these different places that the graduates had gone to. And she opened up a salon, and she came and she was inspecting, and like a sports figure,
Yeah.
They go around and look and find somebody.
Recruiting. Recruiting.
Yes, there. That's what I meant to say. Yes. So she came up to me afterwards, after I finished my customer, and she said, I really like how you handle the customer. I like how you cut hair. And she said, I really like the style you gave her by the look, her face and everything. She said, would you be interested in coming to work for me in a little salon? And I said,
yeah.
Yeah, because Treasure Island was nothing but a meat market, in and out, in and out, in and out. You couldn't, you didn't have any time to just do something special,
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I'll come down. And so she gave me the address, and I went down there and she hired me on the spot, and I had a new job, and it was great. And we got along real good, and she took me under her arm, or under her wing, so to speak, and gave me she would take me to all of the conventions for hairstyling.
Ooh.
And then she'd take me out to dinner. She's the one that taught me how to order at a restaurant, because mom and dad didn't have money to go out to restaurants. I never went out to a restaurant. I had no clue. Well, she understood this, and she just said, that's not a problem. She said, I'll teach you, I'll show you. And she did, and it was wonderful. So she was a very nice lady, and I stayed with her until she closed up the shop. But in the meantime, I met my very best friend of 50 years there, because I did Paulette's hair.
Who is now my godmother.
That's correct. So it was a big ring, that came around.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was.
Zizu said he used to cut his own hair too. Doesn't think he's been to a barber shop since 2010.
Yeah. I mean, it's a touch and feel situation. That's how I put it. I got 2 turkeys in here. Look at these 2 turkeys.
Yeah, it came with something.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what.
Hold on. I have to figure out where this goes. Okay, that is there. So this is going where? This is going to the right of that. So this is going here. Okay, so I guess that's going there. Okay. We have a question in the chat. Kim is asking, Bunny, what was your school years like? Did you enjoy it? And were you a quiet or loud student? Yeah. I think on every report card in grade school, it said she doesn't shut up. You confirm. Can you confirm, Grandma?
Oh, yes, I can confirm. I can confirm in one big way. And this was, you were just a little kid, and I was at the gas station, and you're sitting in the back seat in your car seat like a good girl, and you're yakking up a storm like you wouldn't believe. And in the interim, I had this car, and in the interim, it had such a heavy door. When I opened it for some reason, and then it pushed against, I slammed my finger in the door.
Ouch.
So I said to you, Susie, you have to be very, very quiet.
Because I'm about to lose my shit.
And she looked at me and she said, what's wrong, Mama? And I said, Mama slammed her finger in the door. So you have to be very quiet. I have to open the door, and it's going to hurt me like all get out. And then we'll go home. And she said, okay, Mama. And you were quiet like a mouse. You just knew by the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
I didn't yell it. I just said it very quietly. But I said, you could tell that I was in pain.
Yeah.
And you were so quiet. And we got home, and she ran in, and I think Bob was home. And she said, Papa, Mama hurt her finger. She hurt her finger. And she's rattling this off left and right.
I also want to say that Grandma's the type that has to turn the radio down so she can see better. But to answer the school question, I don't think I was an exceptional student at all. I mean, I got by the skin of my teeth, which is funny because I make damn good money now as an adult, and I didn't go to college, and I just figured it out as I went.
Yep.
But I wasn't a great student. I was always into the arts. If I could take an art class or a ceramic class or just anything like that, I was signed up, ready to go. Let's do it. But anything like math related, forget about it. I still need a calculator. Thank God that's like a good thing now because
Yeah. And I even made flashcards for you, and we would sit patiently.
Oh my God.
The flashcards.
The hours spent on flashcards for
Yeah.
math and for the words like where were we, the word that seem interchangeable but they're not. Yes, hours and hours.
Yeah.
And I'm not exceptionally patient about things. So I remember mom trying to teach me how to like needlepoint once. I mean, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I have to count and I have to no, there's no reason for this. There are people in the world who do counter cross stitch, and then there are people who like put Lego together, and that's me.
Yeah.
I had the greatest teacher, Mr. Jones. He was actually a sports coach. I don't know if it was football. I think it was basketball actually, but he also taught ceramics, and him and I were like this, loved it. Any art class he offered, I was right there with it. But it was a good experience. Like grade school sucked because kids suck, and then high school was better. I went to a Catholic grade school, and that was awful. But the public high school, much better because you could just kind of find your clique, are you the cheerleader type, the burnout type, whatever that was. So I found my people. And come like senior year, I skipped school half the time because I knew the guidance counselor and he wrote me a pass. Like, I knew how to get around things.
And this is stuff I'm finding out right now today.
Well, the phrase that you always hear grandma say, backward never, whatever. What is
onward, forward, onward ever,
backward never. That came from him. He would purposely say it backwards like that. So, yeah. I forgot. Oh, a light up brick. Ooh, I didn't know I had a light up brick. So high school was great. Never went to college. Never wanted to go to college. I mean, I don't have the patience to sit there even now where I could probably take a better interest in learning as an adult. I just don't have the patience to sit there and do homework and all that stuff. So,
yeah. But I was the same way. So you probably got it from me. Even your dad never finished high school. He only went to the junior year, I think. But smart wise, he was very smart.
Yeah, dad was more street smart.
Street smart, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He was very smart when it came to different things.
And I don't think I'm street smart, but what I can say very confidently is I have enough common sense for all of us. So I will figure it out and I will make common sense rule. There are just people in the world who go through life without common sense, and I'm not really sure how they get there.
Right. But, you and I were the same way,
Yeah.
More common sense. Is this the camera you made?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's 3 books here because it's a 3-in-1. That's why I was wondering.
Okay. Let me scroll back here really quick. Chad. Zizu, are you like, how do you have a mullet?
A mullet?
I can say Zizu does not have a mullet. Good job to have to catch all the hot. I don't know what that means. Okay. Read ceramics. Yes, Zizu. I knew you'd like that. I don't know that I have anything anymore. Ingrid is saying, show us a ceramic item or painting of yours. I made I made 2 things in ceramics. I made a gigantic pot, and it was like this big by this big, and I etched it, and it was turquoise blue with white, and it had a lid, and then on top of the lid was like a funny shaped piece of clay. It won in a ceramic contest in high school. And then the other piece I made, and I don't have either of these anymore. And God, that big blue pot was like 300 pounds. I just don't even. It was made with coils versus like throwing. I could never throw clay. I would love to do that now, though, as an adult and try that out. The other thing I made was I took rolls of clay and I made like an open bowl. So it almost looked like pretzels so that you could see through the bowl to make like a fruit bowl. And that was super fun. I really like that. But I think that broke somewhere along the way. But I should totally take a ceramics class. I think I'd be all about that right now.
Well, you and I took one.
Oh, yeah. We did ceramics for years.
Yeah. And I can't remember what the heck I did. Oh, it was Christmas items. I made a basket with a Santa Claus face on it.
Oh, my God, Mom. You made that whole nativity set.
I did make that whole nativity set.
Like
yeah.
Big nativity pieces, like this big. Like they're all like they're probably what, 8 or 9 inches tall. I mean, they're all
Yeah.
big.
They were big.
Gorgeous. Yeah, Mom and I took ceramic classes forever in a day. This wonderful lady just out in Hales Corners did it in her basement, and she would have us all out there like once a week. And, and it was just like she would pour all the molds. They were all molded. They weren't thrown pottery. And then we would sit and either paint them, dry brush them, or glaze them, and she'd fire them for us.
Yeah.
It was so great. She said all mine said she must try to interact more in class, but if I could sit in the back of the class, I would. Yes, absolutely. I understand that completely.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had my own house with a kiln to fire my own ceramics. That would be so awesome, Miss Ingrid. Zizu said, sounds like Bunny basically went until senior year also. Like Dad dropped out at junior. I mean, I made a showing for senior year. I got my diploma.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I have the horrible picture of me in that yellow gown to prove it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bama. How's it going?
Hi, Bama.
I'm gonna just for giggles find that picture of me in that stupid Did we say that we were here we can have a little fun with this too. Hopefully my camera will focus. So here is GBB and my dad back in the day. Look at GBB with that beehive hairdo.
We were dating then. We weren't even married, and that was a hairpiece that I had on because I had short hair, and I put that on.
And here's the embarrassing Susie gets a bath in the sink photo.
Yeah.
There's that.
Well, you were not. It was a nice deep sink, and I could keep an eye on you being in the kitchen.
This is where Susie gets her first taste of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yep, we were at the park.
No, I wasn't drinking. This is pretty much a stance I have still to today. Hold on one second. Oh, come on, focus. Come on. Okay, well, it's sheer boredom, but you got to see the look on my face because, okay, for some reason the camera is just totally not working.
Oh, yeah.
Here is proof on how much I like cake.
That was her first birthday. You always had to take the cake and shove it into their face. That's what we did in our day.
I love the snow because I do.
Yep.
All right, and let me see here. Here was my first big wheel.
Yeah.
Here's me very fashionably sitting on my Raggedy Ann and Andy bedspread. Because that was all the rage back then. Maybe.
Yep.
And then I went through, I think this was well after graduation of high school. I went through my glamour shots phase.
Yeah. Those are beautiful pictures.
Blurs out my face. I'm sorry because of the light. But hold on one second. I was going for a different shot altogether. Anybody want to see? Oh, here we go. Here's the ugly yellow cap and gown. Proof that I graduated.
Yeah. And that was her dad hugging her.
Yep. This was my 8th grade graduation.
Yep.
And wait, I just saw another photo I was going to share really quickly. Oh, anybody want to see prom Susie? Here's the first boyfriend and prom Susie.
Yep.
We had a limo and everything. Because that's what you did back then. Okay, hold on. There we go. And back to the live. Thank you, Miss Ingrid. She said I look like a little peanut.
You look like a little what?
I look like a little peanut.
Oh.
And I was a little peanut until I became a very large peanut.
Well, hey, yeah.
You know what I like?
You were very good, though. You were a good kid.
Brett says, I want a loft apartment in America. All bills paid. I'll be good. Amen to that.
Wow.
Don't we all? I would love a loft apartment in New York City, all bills paid, where I could just go and be. New York City is my favorite place on the planet. That is where I want to live out retirement. But who can afford it?
Yeah.
I'd have to win the lottery.
But I mean, their prices are so ridiculous for such a tiny, tiny little apartments.
I know. I follow a bunch on TikTok, a bunch of realtors there.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, very much so.
But it's just so phenomenal to me. I went there once. I intend to go there again before I die. That is my dream. My friend Jay always says to me, why don't you just go get on a plane? Like, what's stopping you? And he has a very valid point. I think what's stopping me right now is Little Man, because I'm worried about Little Man.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have Little Man, then I think I could easily just go get on a plane and go visit. And that would be so good for my soul. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, but you have to, he comes first. Little man comes first.
He does. Yes, Kim, I'm an only child. No bros and sisters for me.
No.
But I think that like made me more
You weren't spoiled.
No, not at all.
You know, because at that time of the year, at that time, your dad was a car salesman, and some weeks were lean, some weeks were plenty, but we rented, lower flats and stuff, and we always tried to be in nice neighborhoods for you. So that used to cost some money, and I would pick up part-time jobs. But you were never spoiled because we couldn't afford to spoil you.
Yeah, but I never went without either. I had more than enough toys and more than enough Barbies.
Yes.
And I don't know how y'all hooked and crooked to get all that, but believe me, I had more than enough.
Right. No, you never went.
Thing as a kid, besides like spirograph or fashion plates, only because those were artsy fartsy, was the plain store. Like I love Barbies too, but plain store was, see, Mom, and this is where it comes from. This is why I collect those little miniatures now, because it takes me back to that favorite thing of plain store and having a calculator and ringing people up. Oh my God. Y'all, you just witnessed a breakthrough. I just had a breakthrough of why I collect little miniature things.
Well, see, that's good.
Kim says, I'm the youngest of 7. Wow. That's a lot of people in one house.
Yeah.
And Brett says, eldest of 3, and I had 4 kids. Woo! Y'all are busy.
Wow.
Well, I had no kids, but I was an exceptional stepmom to Charlie's daughter, Paige. And I can say I was exceptional because she told me I was.
Yep.
So if the kid tells you you are, then you must go with it.
No, you were always terrific to her.
I feel as though I have missed something somewhere. What am I doing? Oh, I'm totally on the wrong part of the wall. Okay. Pay attention real quick. And you think it said she's the middle child. I think it made me maybe a little more imaginative by being the only child, playing on your own and doing that kind of thing.
Yep.
And I don't know that did I ever ask for a sibling?
You used to, and if we could afford it, you got it. But if we couldn't, you never. Like I see kids in the store nowadays and they want something and the mom says no and they scream and yell and fall down on the ground, the floor and kicking and screaming. You never did that. You would start to do something and I would look at you and I'd say, the answer is no.
That's the look, y'all. When
Yep.
when GBB gives you the look, you know it.
Yep. But see, that's how I was raised. All my dad had to do was he never once spanked me, neither did my mom. He never once screamed and yelled at me, neither did my mom. But when my dad looked at me, I was frozen in my steps. And I never did. I just stopped everything I was doing because I knew,
Yeah.
you're going to be in trouble if you do it.
But did I ever ask for a brother and a sister?
Oh, that way. I can't remember. I don't think you ever did. I really don't remember, honey. I mean, that's, 50 some years ago, sweetheart.
I don't remember what I did yesterday.
I'm still okay with yesterday, but not 50 years.
Zizu said, middle child here. I played alone or found place to hide and read. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have loved, I'm not a big reader. Now as an adult, I love audiobooks. I can listen to them all day long, twice on Tuesday. But I'm not a big sit and reader. I just can't focus to read those words on the page for like long periods of time. But if I had like a little nook or like as a kid, I remember going like in a closet with a flashlight and like hanging out or making a tent in my room and having like a little, secret place to hide. Oh my God, I was all over that.
Yeah.
Snow days when we get to go home for snow days, and you get to make a tent with blankets and maybe have a TV inside the tent because Dad sold TVs. Oh my God. That was the best.
Yeah. See, now I came from a family of 4, 2 boys and 2 girls. Myself and my sister. Now, we were all very far apart. My oldest brother was 14 years older than me. My second brother was 11 years older than me. And my sister was 6 years older. So it was tough because she never wanted me to be around.
Yeah.
She was 12 and I was 6. Oh, she wanted to be with her friends, of course.
Yeah.
So that was tough, but I managed. And I got even with her at different times.
Right. That's funny. Stacy was telling me a story today. So apparently Julie's her sister, and she brought ice cream. And so she was walking around the house eating this ice cream yesterday and was just raving about how great this ice cream is. And oh my God, this is so good. And this is so good. And oh, don't you wish you could have it? And Stacy's diabetic, so she can't eat the ice cream. And she lives with her sister. So you would think that her sister would just shut up about the ice cream, right? But she
Yep.
didn't. And she carried on about the ice cream. And so Stacy was telling me this today. And she's like, but you know what I got in my back pocket that she doesn't know? And I said, what? And she said that we're going to see Justin Timberlake and she is going to be so jealous. So the next time she brings out that damn ice cream, I'm going to be like, oh, by the way, did I tell you I'm going to see JT? Like, you go, sister, you do it.
Yep. There's always ways to get even.
Yeah, right.
My sister was a slob, where I've always been. I mean, I'm maybe not the cleanest housekeeper, but it's organized. I don't go down on my hands and knees anymore and scrub the floors. I find easier ways to do it. But when we were kids, we had to share a bedroom. And her stuff would drift over on my half. And I would say, Nancy, get your stuff out of here. She wouldn't listen. She wouldn't listen. So all of her stuff I'd throw over on her half. And one day I went and got a roll of masking tape from Dad. And I said, can I just borrow some of it? And he said, sure, go right ahead. I put up a tape on the floor down the middle of the room. This is your half. We had twin beds. This is your half. This is my half. Keep your crap on your half.
You go.
And of course, it didn't work. About a week later, all of her stuff was floating over on my half because she wouldn't hang anything up, put anything away, blah, blah, blah. So Mom had just bought me a nice new plastic ruler for school. And I was so mad at her as a little kid. I don't know what my age was, 6 years difference.
Yeah.
I broke the ruler over her head and I said,
wow.
And she started screaming and yelling for Mom. And Mom was standing in the doorway and watched all this. And she said, Nancy, you clean up your half of the room. Susie had a legitimate reason to do that. And you didn't. And Mom wasn't just sticking up for me. She knew that her older daughter was a slob.
Yeah. Well,
so there's always ways to get around these brothers or sisters or whatever.
And even in marriage, sometimes a good headbutting just solves the problem, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. That might be personal experience. I'll just shelf that for now.
Well,
let's see here. Miss Ingrid is saying, what was your favorite childhood memory? Mom, do you have one? Because I got to think on this.
Yeah, my childhood memories are about our beagles that we had. Dad had hunting dogs, and it was my job, and I loved it, to feed them, to take care of them, to water them. He had a garage, and he had the pen for them to go outside, but he cut a hole in the garage so they had access for their doghouse in the heated garage and go out into the pen. So I would sit out there with them, and our oldest dog, the mother dog, Ginger, would sit next to me, and she had two pups. One was Penny. We named them Hi and Fi, like Hi-Fi Fidelity, for whatever.
Yeah.
But that was too confusing. So we kept Hi, but we changed Fi's name to Penny. So they would sit next to me, and Heidi, or I called her Heidi instead of, instead of Hi, it was Heidi and Penny. Heidi would crawl up on my shoulders and drape herself around my shoulders.
Aww.
And Penny would sit on one side and the mom Ginger would sit on the other side. And I just loved those dogs to no end. But those were Dad's hunting dogs. And so Dad would bring home, close your ears, Susie.
La 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 la. I can't hear Grandma talk about bunny.
Yeah, he would go and shoot rabbits, okay? and then I would get the cottontail.
Mm.
Oh, and I didn't think anything of it.
No,
I didn't realize
Don't know.
that he was killing the bunnies, shooting the bunnies, and I'm getting the cottontails.
Right.
And then Mom would cook them, and she'd say, "This is chicken." Oh, so I would eat them. That's what we did. And I thought, and then I got older, and we'd still be doing that.
This ain't no freaking chicken.
And I said, one day she did make real chicken, and I said, "This is chicken? Where did that white meat come from?" She said, "Well, that's the chicken." I said, "Our other chicken never had white meat." And she looked at me, and then she knew what the mistake. Yeah. I said, "We were eating bunnies?"
Not cool.
Not cool at all.
I would say that my favorite childhood memory was, well, maybe two things. Roller skating outside with my friends was like, oh my God, I loved roller skating. Like, I went from the metal roller skates that you strap to your shoes to the white boot roller skates, but then that just wasn't cool enough for me. So then I had to get the black speed skates with the yellow wheels. Like, I was all about the roller skate. And then I think the other thing was we lived at this house that was back in the woods, and I would ride my bike, and there was a nearby little park with like a stream going through it. And like back then, I guess you didn't really have to worry about somebody kidnapping your kid that much. So
no,
I would ride my bike to the stream, and then I would go and sit on the rocks and find unusual things. Like, I'm not a naturey person today as an adult, but that was just really fun for me if I didn't have someone to play with. So I enjoyed that. But roller skating was definitely the bomb diggity for me.
Yep. And mine was the dogs. They were A1.
Okay, this is clearly not in the right place. That is in the corner. That is in the third. I know we are over the amount of, does this go here? Oh, it goes here. We're over on time a little bit than what we thought, right? A little bit.
Oh, don't worry about it. I already have my supper planned out.
Well, it doesn't fit there, sir. Because it doesn't fit there, sir. I'm going to put it doesn't. Okay. Now it fits there. Is that where that goes? Okay, that's where that goes. Can I just finish this bag? Would that be okay?
Of course.
You know how I hate leaving pieces on the table.
Yes, it's not a problem, Susie. It's not a problem at all.
And then when we move to where did Grandma go? Grandma just let herself out. Sure, it's not a problem, Susie. I'm just going to let myself out.
No, I hit the wrong button.
No, Susie, stay. Prattle on all you want. I'm just going to go.
Well, as a kid, I grew up at Blue Spring Lake, and that was really great. The lake was nice and stuff, but I didn't have any close friends.
Yeah.
And so
playing dress up at Grandma's. Playing dress up, and then she had that stuffed skunk named Flower. And I used to dress up and then go sit on that big rock outside of Grandma's house and pretend I was riding a horse.
Yeah, because it was shaped like it.
Yeah.
And that came out of the basement when Dad was building, when the house was built.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I had a childhood flashback.
Yeah. And so I would go across the street in this big empty field, and the grass had grown so tall, taller than me, and I would keep patting my feet and make trails and go through all of this grass and make trails. And then I'd make a house like it was a house where the bed was, and you mat that all down, and then you'd go here and you'd go there. So that was my fantasy,
Yeah.
and you'd make up things. And I didn't have to have things to occupy myself. I used my brain,
Yeah, kids aren't that imaginative anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, and that's the shame of it. You would make things up. Your generation was still pretty good, but unless the parents really work with them and stuff, they just don't have the imagination, and it's a shame.
Well, it's because of devices now.
Well, yeah, because everything is the computers, the games, this, that, whatnot, and
Hi,
I,
Travs. Welcome to Building with Bunny. You came in on an unusual day.
yeah.
Aziz, you thought you were funny. Not a problem. Bye, Grandma.
Leaves. No, that's what happens when you're touching the wrong button, for God's sake. Oh,
Get on there. Get on. Now stop. Snap on in there. Oh, there's little bats in the belfry up here. Little detail nobody told me about.
uh-huh.
See, they're hiding in the belfry.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You got to make the bats to hang in the belfry?
No, they're just little plastic bats.
Oh,
But you hang them upside down in the.
yes, I got you.
Let's see, what else can we entertain you all with?
Oh,
Those are good memories.
yeah, they are.
So,
Well, that's like that kingfisher that I just built.
oh yeah, that's a memory from the lake.
That is such a nice memory, because being out at the lake, I would sit down by the lake or sit on the pier and throw my cane pole with a worm on that I dug out of Mom's garden, and I'd sit there, and all of a sudden I'd see this bird whoosh down into the water, comes up with a fish in its mouth, and I thought, hey, I'm sitting here with a cane pole,
I'm
and
trying
I
to
can't
catch
catch
that.
like you can. That bird was so interesting. And so I told Dad about it and what it looked like. And he said, that's a kingfisher. He said, they're excellent fishermen.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of different things out at that lake. We had the big cranes, and we had in the lake, we had sturgeon. Now,
Oh my,
that's a type of fish
oh
that
my
has
God.
the mouth on the bottom, and it's like a sucker almost. They would get, my brother had one on his line, and it towed him around the lake, I don't know how many times, until he finally cut the line.
And weren't they big enough that they would like roll in the water and you could like.
Yes, and they could tip the boat over very easily. Yeah, they were huge. But little by little they got caught, or they just went down. It wasn't a super deep lake, but they went down to the bottom of the lake or whatever. But that was scary when you'd see that, or you were in a boat and they'd bang against the bottom of the boat. You'd hang on for dear life.
I'll tell you the first time I saw a northern be pulled out of a lake. So I went with Jenny Carr and we went up north, which is probably not up north, but
Yeah.
and everything's up north when you're in Wisconsin. So
Right.
we went up north, and then we were swimming in the lake, and then we got out of the lake, and her dad was fishing off the shore and pulled a northern in with those teeth.
Yep.
And it was at that moment that I said, wait a minute. If I'm in the water with that, I'm not in the water ever again.
Yeah.
And I have not been back in the water since.
No, Dad used to catch those too, and then he'd hack off the heads and he'd nail them on the boathouse.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
because then you'd have the skeletal remain, right, of the head.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Crazy.
But that was, yeah. I was always afraid of those too. Because they just look so prehistoric.
Does Charlie have stories? I am sure that Charlie has stories. Now, do we all have enough time to hear those stories? Would probably be the proper question.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that he does. Where does this go? Oh, here. Something else I was going to mention, but now I've forgotten what it was. If you know of a house for sale, please let me know, Bunneh. Here in Kentucky? Are you coming to Kentucky, Miss Ingrid? We are a fun bunch down here, but it does get freaking hot, and it gets humid, and we only have spring for like 10 days, and then it's just hot. Oh, shoot. Well, Miss Ingrid, we would be happy to have you. I say that like I'm a resident now for what? How long have I lived here?
I don't know.
I've been with my company for 17, so maybe close to 20 I've been here now.
Well, 2009 was your first marriage, right?
That's when I got divorced and I was already here.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's when Dad had his stroke. That's what it was.
Yeah. Look at me making no mistakes.
Well,
yeah, Zizu said fall is 2 days. I need longer autumns. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like this should have gone somewhere, and I feel like, oh no, here it comes. Woo! Got a little skirt. Okay, so this goes here. Grandma, we know you do diamond art, and we know you do Lego. We know you love to organize and that kind of thing. What else do you collect?
I'm an eclectic person. So I have my whole kitchen is all strawberries. And Susie started me in 1978, I believe it was, with the first. She went to a craft fair, and for Christmas, she gave me a strawberry plaque.
Johnny G!
Well, hello, Johnny G.
Oh,
Granny Badger is cool. Well, thank you very much. I love these. They're hand blown paperweights, and they have stuff in them. They're clear. They're heavy.
They're glass.
Yeah, they're glass.
Whose gate does this go?
And let's see, what else do I collect?
You used to collect hat boxes.
Well, yes, I still have some of my decorative boxes. My hat boxes, I've got sets, but this is like what I used to collect when I'd find them at Goodwill or whatever. And I've got a couple of one big set here that I keep, and I use them for storage. I have my purses arranged, the larger purses in the larger one, and it's a set.
It's a creative way to store when you're in an apartment and be creative at the same time.
Right, because I don't have, I don't have much space. I don't have any store. I've got a locker down in the down,
Yeah.
But It's not much of a locker, I'll tell you. So I had to be creative. Um, Let me think. What else here?
Well, as grandma thinks, I collect Fiesta ware,
Yes.
the dishes. I love them. I am an avid purse or bag collector. I used to be bougie about it, but now I just go for cute, so cute. I collect animals apparently because I have a lot of those. Oh my gosh. And I'm telling you, I am the softest person when it comes to anything happening to an animal. It can be an AI generated animal, it can be a regular animal, a real life one. I am just a mush ball when it comes to animals. I don't know why or how I inherited that gene, but I am. Of course, I love Lego and I love rabbits. I got my first bunny when I was in Wisconsin, and my ex-husband thought I was mad to have a bunny in the house. And my first bunny's name was Mittens because she had a white paw. And Mittens actually came to Louisville with me and then passed on shortly after. But I've been a bunny connoisseur for quite some time, and now I have 3. What you got there, Grandma?
I wanted to show you. This is the biggest one I've got.
Oh,
and and this is what I are they're just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they've got little fishes on top. This thing has to weigh about 15 pounds. And I've got one that's a little smaller, similar to this, and then all little smaller ones. Yeah.
Yep.
And I can't part with them because they're just so pretty. I just love them. But I've got in my living room the Legos. I've got family pictures. I've got my
paperweights.
The paperweights. My strawberries have kind of come out on the shelves, kind of in the living room, kitchen.
They're edging out.
But I love them. Strawberries to me, everything that I have, I love eating them, but I love all of the strawberry things. And both Susie and Stacy have bought me so many beautiful strawberry things.
And it might have a box coming soon.
Oh, geez, here we go. Well, anyways, they're cheerful to me because of the red, and then their flowers and stuff. It's always cheerful to me. Yeah. And I'm not the greatest cook, so to be in the kitchen, it better be really a nice, cozy kitchen because I don't like to cook that much anymore.
Well, Grandma, we had a great stream today, and I appreciate everybody who came out today.
Oh, yes.
It was an odd time in the middle of the day, and it was a joy talking to all of you and having you here. Again, thank you so much.
And asking us all the questions. And I hope you weren't too bored with all of our trials and tribulations.
I think they were laughing at us all the way.
Yeah. Well, we were laughing, so you have to laugh. You laugh about yourself.
Yep. Well, Grandma, what do you say?
It's been a slice of heaven, everyone. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.